Yeah, all right, we're back with some more Sons of the Forest. What are we doing today? Well, we're gonna finish up the. We're gonna finish up a little thing or two while we're working. There's certain things we can do during the wintertime. There's certain things we cannot do during the wintertime. One of those things is build on the lake. Now, I'm not going to be working on this. Nope. We're going to work on the little area over there. Need about 12 logs, probably about 14 to finish the job. This we'll work on later. Boing. Yeah, could I have done this when it was not snowing? Probably. Probably. These would have floated long enough for the, if I didn't cut down like 50, trees, it'd be fine. Probably. Oh my gosh. This guy. said grab the thing. No, I'm gonna fall. Hey. I know a lot of you are wondering right now. You're wondering right now, how is it? How is it? How is it I have not conquered the world by now? Well, it's a slow and steady process, okay? Slow and steady wins the game. The world is ours. The world just doesn't know it yet. I know that's what a lot of you are thinking. Just hoping to answer your questions. If you do have any questions, you know, you can go and leave them in comments. I'll try to help out. I know some people they wonder how I'm so cool, and I just say, well, you know, you got to work on it every day. You got to be cool every day. That's how you get cool. And there's people out there wondering how I'm so humble. Humble. The most humble of humilities. Why I'm so brave, good looking, charming. You know, I wasn't born this way. I had to develop my talents. Yeah. That should be enough there. Probably. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, I wasn't going to do this side, but I think I am. I think I am. I think I am that I am. Yes. Yes, it makes sense. It only makes sense, friends. Don't worry. This whole area here, I have plans for this area. It's not going to look this jagged. I have a long-term plan. This does look terrible, by the way. I think it does. We're going to fix it, but it's not going to be this time. Not going to be now. I have some plans that we can... we can do. But, again... And we're going to incorporate it into the overall design of Lake Town. You know. But... It's going to require a little bit more planning. And a whole heap of stone. Yeah, and now do we want to add in another piece here? I don't think I do. I think this is pretty good here. And all these can get pulled at some point. Well, not really. We will be building on the lake over here as well. Oh. Hey, but at least I'll get some uninterrupted building done, huh? Isn't that beneficial? Isn't that wonderful? What an ass design. There's no other word for it, friends. Like, I've tried to think of maybe a less aggressive way to say their design sucks. And no, ass is pretty much, it's pretty much the right words to use for that design. These are going to be temporary steps. God knows how many logs Kelvin didn't put into the area. How is this guy tired? We didn't even. It's not even 3 o'clock. So I need the sleepy times. I need the sleepy times. I've been up for like 2 hours. Whiny. Pardon me. Dry nose. Dry throat. Means I need to get a beverage. Oh, it'd be so easy to get some extra armor, wouldn't it? Just chop them up from a distance. Would be so easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Use some lemonade right now. I think I'm gonna make some. Sleep time. I'm gonna make some lemonade. Oh, look, the power of jump cutting. We're back. And have a nice cold beverage. Lemonade, in fact. This guy. One of our friends are still here. Yeah, we're not going to listen to that squeal all day long. All right. Righty. Where were we? Oh, look, it's Virginia. I guess we'll put on the winter jacket, even though it doesn't do shit. We're supposed to be wearing the winter jacket. Here it is. Here's, look. Oh, it's increased our warmth by a little bit. Not even a little bit. What a joke. What a joke of a design. Again, lead designer, you're fired. That wouldn't be visual designer, though. There's so many small little things in this game that had they fixed them properly and made them part of a, well, had they done them right, this game would be just spectacular. You know, this would be a 10 of 10 game, easily. I'd give it a 7 of 10 overall. I don't think it's definitely don't think there's too many little things that are wrong that disqualify it from getting an 8. The visual design is just visual design, though. However, game world wise, like the world itself, that's definitely a 10 of 10. Definitely. Trees, very well done. Sky, water, landscape, very, 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 very well done. Easily 10 of 10. The game mechanics, a lot left to be desired. Fighting, 5 of 10. There's not much to fighting in this game. Not much to it at all. And that's actually a good design decision as well. This isn't supposed to be like one of those, fighting games where you have hit the up, down, sideways, triple button, get the special move at the special time to get the special sauce. No, I've always disliked those games quite a bit. I've disliked them. I think fighting should be elegant and smooth. And this is such a step up from the forest itself. Such a much better than the forest. If you take a image of the forest, place it to an image next to the Sons of the Forest. Yeah. Much better design. Much better graphics. The gameplay, about the same, though. About the same. Monsters in the forest, much better. Much better. Especially if you had building destruction on. Armsy come into your base and just wreck it completely. Just utterly trash your base. You're like, oh, man. That guy could just rip down entire trees. He just comes running through the area and just start ripping trees down. And of course, Virginia was the big scary monster and the spidery kind of monstrous. Any cow man. The only really good, I think the only really truly good monster in this series is the slinky monster. And the demons, of course. The demons are great because they're not the same design type as the other ones. They're different colors, obviously. They're demons, right? But I think they're clearly well designed. fingers, it was kind of scary when he first started, but like, oh, you just, use a spear on his leg and he falls down, and you can essentially stun lock him. Wow. Yeah. So he's not as impressive as you would hope for a monster. What do you run into next? Oh, the leg guy. Yeah, the leg guy. Yeah, because it's the third cave. Is it the third cave or fourth cave? It's third or fourth cave that you run into him. And you run into Mr. Leg Guy. Mr. Leg Guy is not... You just have to, blow him up. Use 300 bullets to kill him. 5,000 arrows. He just soaks up a lot of damage. And he has the basic same mechanics as pardon me, the fingers. He swipes. He has a swipe attack, which is a knockdown attack. So he's pretty much the same exact attack as the other guy. He just soaks up more damage. Then you have who is next? Then you run into the big toilet bowl creature. Big ass creature. All right, so what in all tarnation is this one? Oh, it's just big. It's a big blob of ass. Oh, kind of like your design, huh? It's not funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Your design is ass. You've made a giant ass. Good. Congratulations. Congratulations on making an ass of yourself. So they've got that guy. And again, he's another one that just he just knocks you down. He doesn't really kill your armor all that much. He just kind of smashes you down. But then you got the wannabe Puftons. Like those guys, those guys turn into they can't see. They have no mouth and they must scream. That's not exactly what we wanted, but we'll take it. And their stupid helicopter attack, like that's the only monster. That's the monster that does the most damage to you. That's the least interesting. Oh look, it's a spindly ass monster that has no musculature at all, but can somehow shred your armor. Yeah, it's great. Like I said, not impressed with their monster design choices at all. They could have done so much better. And the whole cold thing. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know how you could put so much time and effort into a video game design and not add in things like, oh, I don't know, some basic things like, oh, look at all the animals that you have. You've got tons of animals. You got moose, you got deer, you got squirrels, you got rabbits, you've got raccoons, and you don't even bother giving the guy gloves or a hat. Oh, he just gets this one jacket. You get a winter jacket too. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thanks for the winter jacket. Really appreciate it. The winter jacket that doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah, it does. It's just like, it's a micro, it just increases his warmth for a little bit. How about a hat? Could you have designed a hat? Is that too complex for your little fingers? Mittens? Gloves? I mean, these were things humans were doing early on. Again, don't understand how you could. That's why I can't give this game a higher rating than 7 of 10. Like, there's so many good things that could have been done better. Leaves you wanting. I'm not saying it's a bad game, because if it was a bad game, I would stop playing it. Like, I would not be playing the game anymore if I didn't like playing it. But Jay could have just done so much better. I think also when they were designing this game, because the Forest, when we first started playing the Forest, I wasn't doing any commentary or recording at that time, but I was playing the game. And I watched guys play the game. Wow, this is such a great game. You get to build however you want, build where you want, and whatnot. And so there's a bar that was set. They set the standard for building. It's a building game. They really, honestly, set the standard for building. People were comparing other games to the Forest in terms of building. How is the building in that game? The story was, it was a small storyline, but that's what made it so good. Like, the storyline, while it had a lot to do with what you were doing, it wasn't interfering with your overall building decisions. I mean, you were there to rescue your crazy kid who decided to get kidnapped by the red man. He was an insane dude. And so he got kidnapped by Timmy. Timmy. And so he got kidnapped, right? But it's a building game. And you got a little storyline to work with to finish the game. However, you could, people spent long periods of time just building great structures. And the bar was set for Sons of the Forest by the Forest. The Forest set the bar. Like, we have certain expectations of the game. And we expect you to exceed those expectations. That's what a sequel is supposed to be. The second part of a story is supposed to be better than the first part of the story. And the third part of the story is to wrap it up, right? And if you have a trilogy going on. So we expected that the game would be better. And in many ways, it was. I think the building is much... I know some people aren't going to agree, but I think the building in this game is superior to the Forest. It just is. It objectively is better. Now, are there things that could have been done even better? Yes. blueprints could have been done. You know, in the forest, you could build into walls with your blueprints. And now you can't. You can't build into a wall. You have to build up and around the wall. You know, and just take, for example, this little corner here. I would love this corner to be square right here. Square out this corner, but we can't do that. There's no way that I could square up this corner without increasing the height of that corner. So that corner, well, actually, in fact, we don't need it. Point of fact, we don't need it, so we're going to go ahead and use these. There you go. So there are objective things that could be done better in this game, as far as building is concerned, and they didn't do it. They made the game unable to do things like that. Whereas in the original Forest, you could build into corners, into walls. I mean, you saw me doing that in the original game. I built right into a wall, and that's one of the things that is missing into this game. Your ability to work into an area. What if Kelvin was chasing logs down the river? Yep. Yes, he was. So that was, I think that turned a lot of people off from the game itself, that they weren't able to utilize some creativity that way. And essentially, it's kind of like, a little bit like terraforming the area. Not exactly, but sort of in a way. You're able to build into a section of the landscape. And you can't do that as it is. And that's the kind of bar I'm talking about. Like, people had the expectation of you being able to alter or be able to do things that you were similar things that you were able to do in the first game. You're not able to do in the second game. Objectively speaking, from an objective standpoint, building in this game much better than in the first game. There's just more things you can do in terms of create. Well, I won't say that exactly. Log crate, the log sled. So much better. So much better. You can push it around, move it. Just much better. Hey, look, we can push it. Can't do that in the first one. Nope. The other thing that clearly makes this a 7 of 10 game, I have a jetpack. I have a jetpack. No jetpack. They had a jetpack and it'd bring it up to at least a 7. 7.5. You know. No jetpack. This is not what we don't want that stuff going into the water now. Game, listen. If I had a jetpack, obviously this would be a much better game. Just fly everywhere, you know. Wouldn't have to touch the ground. Feet wouldn't get wet. You know. Just extremely better circumstances for all involved. But no, they had to like stay in reality. It's just not real to have a jetpack, you know, in the forest. Whatever. Yeah, cannibals. Talking about reality here. Yeah, if a game doesn't, you know, if a game in this day and age doesn't have a jetpack, I don't even know. I don't even know, man. What are you doing? What are you doing with your time? Like I said, since Force 3 doesn't have jetpack, we're just not gonna be able to play it. It'd be impossible to play. We'll have to play a different game. Apparently this guy's tired and it's, oh gee, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Great. Oops. Oops. Hey. Oh, this is so bad. Let's see what we can do here. Really? We can't. I guess we can't put one there. Can't we put one there? Can't put one there. There, we can put one there. Wow, spectacular. Amazing? No. Really? Game? No. No, you can't put it in the corner that, it should go in, but Put it in this corner, but not in that corner. Why am I putting these down here? Because we're going to do something. There's reasons. Reasons you don't understand. Can't understand right now. But will become clearer as we go. Of course, we're going to have to do it tomorrow, though. Have to do it tomorrow. Too bad. So sad. We can't finish up the day because we can't see anymore. Oh. Oh, look at all the creepy armor I could get. I'm not gonna do it though. Not gonna do it. Feel like stealing candy from a baby, you know? Yeah, you get your immediate reward, candy, but you feel bad later on. You feel bad later on. Well, some people do anyway. I wouldn't steal candy from a baby. I'd steal it from my kids. You know, dad tax. It'd be great. Not having kids, so I don't have to worry about it. All the candy belongs to me. Anyways. All right, time to go sleepy time. Time to go sleepy time. End of the day, working on the place. That's going to do it for today's episode. Appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out, and watching. We'll see you next time.